Hello, YouTube land. So I realized that okay, I hit my little milestone of 150 subscribers. That is nothing. I'm aware. That is like seriously like a joke to many people. Like that is nothing in like land of YouTube. But since I don't promote this channel, it makes me really happy that even like 2 people fucking watch it, let alone like 150 people may possibly look at it on occasion. So I figured since y'all don't know a damn thing about me, I'm gonna make a little bit of videos that actually, besides of me just whining and ranting when I'm pissed off, about who like this bitch really is. So I found like a little like tag because I'm a loser, yeah. And I'm going to answer some motherfucking questions because I don't know enough people who actually watch this to actually ask me questions. But if you do, leave a comment with some questions because I'd love to actually answer like real questions and not ones that were already made for a bunch of random strangers. Okay. All right. So question 1. Are you named after anyone? No, I'm not named after anyone. However, basically my dad really wanted a son, like hardcore wanted a son, which is funny. He did get a son, but his son's really gay. So it's sort of like ironic as fuck because like it's like a joke because like I have a wife and my little brother is eventually going to have a husband. So like I will give him the daughter-in-law and my little brother will be able to give him the son-in-law that I won't give him. But yeah, it definitely didn't end up being a boy. And if I was going to be a boy, my name was going to be Dennis, which is like, that's a horrible name. But basically, when they found out I was a girl, my mom and my grandpa was sort of like tiffing about what my name was going to be. And my mom liked Danielle and my grandpa liked Deborah. I hate both of these names. Hence the reason I go by Debbie and or Nancy. I actually go by Nancy more than I go with anything else. Like I have an alias like I'm a fucking criminal, even though I'm not, I promise. But so I ended up being named Deborah Danielle. Like they sort of compromised. So I was going to almost be Danielle, which is I would have been mind Danielle because I would have been able to go by Danny and that would have been cool. But whatever. So thanks, Grandpa. All right, number 2. When's the last time you cried? Honestly, this answer that's gonna be like 3 seconds ago. Like I cry I cry at the drop of a motherfucking hat. Like cry so easily. Because I'm an emotional motherfucker. If you've watched any of my videos, you can tell that like I'm either like rah or like upset or like I've cried on fucking YouTube. Like I cry a lot, motherfuckers. Actually, the last time I cried is I actually went on Facebook for the first time in like a month, and I watched this stupid video about a dog dying, and I care about animals more than people pretty much. So like putting a dog down, I was like ah, like my Shannon came in the room and she was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was like, "Doggy, the great lovely face you make when you cry." I was like, "Doggy got put down." Yeah. Anyway, do you have kids? Fuck no. I hate kids. I hate kids. I hate kids. I hate them. Hate them. They're annoying as fuck. I don't like kids. I grew up in a fucking family of 4. Well, I have 3 older sisters by the same parents, and then I have a stepsister and a half brother, and I don't really like people and don't like being surrounded by them, and I'm not really a fan of kids, and nah, no kids for me. No, thank you. I do actually, me and Shane have talked about possibly like, that's actually something we want to do. We want to foster like teenagers when we get a little bit older. And I know it's like I'm old now, but like I don't feel like I'm ready to like be responsible for like myself, let alone a person, like another person. But I definitely like in my like 50s want to foster like teenagers because I feel like once you hit like 12, 13, whatever in the foster system, you are not going to be adopted out. Nobody adopts teenagers. So I figured if I could possibly just help somebody not, kill themselves, then cool, If I could help somebody not be a drug addict, if I could help somebody, have a possible like good life, then I'm gonna try to fucking do it. So that's our goal. All right. If you were another person, would you be a friend of yourself? Fuck yeah, I'm funny as shit. However, I'm the only person that thinks I'm funny. So, I probably wouldn't be my friend. I'd probably be like, you're weird as fuck. But see here, this is an odd question because honestly, if I'm me, but someone else, like with this kind of personality, I would be like, hell yeah, let's be friends. But if I was like everyone else, I'd be like, get the fuck away from me. You're weird. So, yeah. Do you use sarcasm a lot? That's like asking if you breathe. Yes, I use sarcasm all the time. Constantly. Constantly, actually. Motherfucking constantly. Would you ever bungee jump? Uh, maybe. I can give it a maybe. I would love to like fight my fear of like heights and stuff, and I would love to bungee jump. But there's 2 reasons that I'm like, A, the height thing, of course, like because you're like on a fucking bridge. And B, because I'm still fat, like I'm afraid that like I'd be the bitch that like would just slam right to the fucking ground because that's how my life works. Like things don't work out easy. Like I would just slam into the fucking ground and that would be the end of everything. But at this moment I've lost about 40 pounds. So if I keep getting a little bit smaller and smaller, maybe one day it'll happen. We will fucking see. And I will take my camera with it and y'all can fucking jump with me. Right, right. Okay. Doo-doo-doo. What is your favorite cereal? Actually, I've been eating Honey Nut Cheerios like it's crack lately. Because I don't like to cook. Well, honestly, Shannon fucking was like, put honey on it, which is like the stupidest, like most common thing ever. And I was like, this is amazing. My actual like favorite cereal is peanut butter crunch, but I won't eat that because it's pretty much like eating candy and nah, nah. What is the first thing you notice about people? A few things. A sense of humor. Like if I can sit down with you and we can like you can laugh, like you have a good laugh, a good smile, that kind of stuff, I definitely like be my friend. I'm gonna make you my friend. But actual like physical like attributes of people, lips. If you have a weird, awkward mouth, for some reason I find that super attractive in people. I know that makes no fucking sense, but I like weird mouths. Maybe it's because I have like fucked up teeth, and I'm like, maybe if yeah, I like it, other people will too. No. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. What is your eye color? Okay, so I used to think it was blue, but it seems to go like blue and gray and such. So we will go blue-gray. With my new hair color, it looks a lot bluer than ever. So we will go with blue-gray. Scary movie or happy endings? Scary movie, 100%. Scary movie. I like scary movies. I like weird, like actually not even scary movies, like thrillers. Like I like ones that like twists and turns and shit. Like I like morbid little things. Favorite smell? Ugh, Good Guys cologne. Like when I first met Shannon, like one of the biggest things that I was like, holy shit, like you are meant for me, is she wears Guys cologne because it smells better on her. It goes good with her. Like it just goes with her. And I fucking love the smell of Guys cologne. Every girl I dated before Shannon, I was like, please, can you wear Guys cologne? They're like, I'm not a boy. I don't want you. Bitch, I know you're not a boy. Like, I'm aware you do not have a penis. I know this. You're not a boy. I know this. But Guys cologne smells fucking amazing, and everyone should fucking at least wear it once in their life. I fucking wear it, and I'm like girly as well. According to some people, girly as fuck. So, summer or winter? That's a hard one. Okay, here's the thing. I would say summer because summer is like, it's pretty outside, it's lighter for a long time. However, I hate fucking being hot so much. Like, I hate sweating and I hate being hot. And I hate sweating because that's actually how, when I'm anxious, that's like how I know I'm like, that's like my biggest thing when I'm anxious. When I'm anxious, I fucking like pour sweat, like it's 400 degrees on my face. So if I start to sweat, I'm like, oh shit, am I anxious? Like, what's going on? And it makes me anxious to think I'm fucking anxious because high brain. But and I'm also a fat girl, so summer is like, oh, this sucks. It's fucking hot all the time. However, I have a convertible and I love to drive around and blast my fucking music. In the summer, I can do that constantly. And last year, I sort of like gave a fuck it to like worrying about like wearing certain clothes, so I started wearing shorts and tank tops and stuff. So now I'm not like dying of heat exhaustion all the time. And I recommend everybody do that. Like, if you are like uncomfortable to wear something, just fucking wear it because honestly, as I always say, people are always gonna talk shit to you anyway, so just fucking do it. And honestly, the more comfortable you are fucking doing it, the more you do it, the more you're comfortable doing it. I wear fucking shorts all summer long now. I do wear them with tights because I don't like my legs. They're covered in fucking, self-mutilation scars and just bruises and nastiness. So I wear fishnets with it, but I wear fishnets in like my knee-high boots and, shorts and a tank top, and I'm ready to fucking have a beach party apparently because that's what you wear to the beach. As you see, I don't go to the beach. Computer or television? I actually am going to say computer because we don't have cable. We only have the internet at this lovely house I live in because fuck cable. And honestly, I like the internet. I'm a nerd. I like going on the internet. What is the furthest you have ever been from home? Sadly, not far enough. That sounds horrible. Not far enough from my home. Actually, sometime next year, I'm going to be going to Alaska, which I'm so fucking stoked about. Like, I cannot wait. Shannon actually has clients, these two clients that are in the Coast Guard because where I live is one of the biggest Coast Guard bases. Actually, I think the biggest Coast Guard base in America. and we met. They basically came in the tattoo shop for like a date night, and we ended up all clicking and becoming good friends. Well, sadly, they're moving back to Alaska because of course they are, because they're cool. So of course they're moving the fuck away from where the hell we live. So since they live in Alaska, and where they live in Alaska there is no tattoo shops, we figured out this little plan that we're going to be able to go there, work a week, so that way we can pay for the trip, and then just hang out in fucking Alaska, which is I'm excited because it's such a place that, like, who the fuck gets to go to Alaska? You know what I mean? So I'm fucking stoked. But as of now, the farthest I've actually been is North Carolina, and I live in New Jersey. Not very far. No, that's a lie. I went to California. I went to California for a weekend when I worked at Hot Topic for like a manager's meeting. But like I literally like got off the plane. I touched a palm tree because I wanted to touch a palm tree because I never did before. And then I literally was ushered into Hot Topic's headquarters and hung out there for the 3 days and then went home. So I didn't really get to see anything. I didn't even get to see fucking blue water. I've never seen blue water. Like, and I went to California. Like, the fuck? Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Do you have any special talents? Is lying a talent? Because if that is, then yes. Lying as in, like, I've worked in retail since I was 16. I've worked in retail for a really long time, and I have anxiety like a motherfucker, and I get really pissy really easily, and all that fun stuff. And I can go from like super angry to like retail face and act like everything's fucking peachy keen. So that kind of lying, like lying to myself, like yeah, that sounds bad. Where were you born? I was born in Violin, New Jersey, which is pretty much the biggest city in fucking New Jersey, and it's half farmland and half ghetto, and I was born on the farmland side, but I ended up going over the tracks because straight up there is a track in the middle of the fucking city that divides it from the good side to the bad side. So I started on the farmy kind of good side, and I ended up on the ghetto kind of bad side of the track side. What are your hobbies? I don't have time for hobbies. No, hobbies is pretty much like YouTube and Snapchat and pretty much just recording everything that happens in my life and driving around listening to music. And like I am like a 15-year-old when it comes to music. Like I know like people get older and they stop giving a shit about music. That hasn't happened yet. Like I find a song I like and I play it repeat. I need to show it to everybody. Like right now I am obsessed with Sage Francis Grace. And download it. It's fucking amazing. If you haven't listened to Sage Francis, listen to him anyway because he's fucking amazing. And yeah, so like my hobbies are pretty much like music. Of course, art. I love photography. I love fucking taking photos. I don't ever seem to have enough time to do it, but I love to fucking do it when the few times I have. Do you have any pets? Ugh, yeah, I have a ton of fucking pets. Okay. Let's go down the line here. I have a cat that I've had forever. Her name is Rigor Mortis because, of course, I got her in my super goth phase. And now her name's just funny to me, and I feel like I want to name every cat I ever get named Rigor Mortis. But I've had her since I was 17. So I've had her for 18 motherfucking years. Like she is zombie cat. Like I'm like, how are you still living? But honestly, she's still living because she's never left my bedroom, pretty much. Like she's stayed in my bedroom forever, and then she just went everywhere with me. The most she's been outside is when I was homeless living in my car. She lived in the car with me for a few days. That's pretty much the most. And I think she got out like once. But yeah, I have Riggy and I have two dogs, which you've probably seen a lot of back on my videos. I have a Chug, which is a Chihuahua pug mix, named Itty, and I have a God. I always forget what kind. Shit, what kind of dog do we have again? Your shit. It's a Yorkie Terrier mix. I call him. Well, basically, his name first was like Blake, and then it turned into. I didn't name him Blake. I don't like that name. And then it turned into Biggie Smalls because he's like really big, like really small. And our other dog, Itty, is actually way bigger than him. So it was like, okay, this makes no sense. And now I just call him Dirt McGirt because he's just fucking dirty. Like literally, like he will follow the other dog so much that he gets peed on constantly. And like, so he's Dirt McGirt. We got Dirt McGirt. I have a cat named Monster who is a Mancoon and fucking huge, hence the name Monster. And yeah, as of right now, that's all the animals I have. I've had lots of more. My English. I've had many more. But as of right now, because I live by the beach, so I live in this little box because living by the beach and not living in a box is pretty much like totally unaffordable for most people. I can't even expect to have any more animals right now. But one day I want to have a little farm full of animals. Favorite movie? Okay. My favorite movie actually of all time that I always watch constantly is Friday. And that is so telling of me, I can't even like put into words. Because honestly, like, it's a movie about pot. I'm not a fan of pot. Yay, pot. Woo. It's fucking funny as shit. I found it funny when I was 13, and I find it fucking funny now. To the point when I watch that movie, I usually don't watch it very often because I quote the whole motherfucking movie. Like the whole fucking movie. And I'll sit there and because like I used to like the person I used to be best friends with, like we used to watch it constantly. So I would just call her and just like quote movie lines and hang up. And now since we're not friends anymore, I just talk to myself with the movies. And it's sad. My life is sad. Not really, but it's yeah. Yeah. Do you have any siblings? Okay, you want to go down the motherfucking list? Honestly, I probably have more that I don't even know about, to be perfectly honest. My dad was sort of a PIMP in the fucking back in the day, so I probably have a few siblings that I'm not aware I have. But the ones I do know about, I have a sister, Melissa. She is 13 years older than me. I have a sister, Tower, who is 10 years older than me, a sister, Corinne, who is 3 years older than me. Corinne and Tower are very like them, like they're like, but nothing like me. Like I have nothing in common with them. I love them to death. They're my family, but I have like they're like homecoming queen kind of people, like very like conservative and such. And then my sister, me and Melissa are a little bit more alike. She's a little bit more like down to earth, like a little more grounded than I am. Like she's the one that's sort of gonna like pull me down and be like, stop acting like a crazy bitch. So that's cool. I have a half sister, well, stepsister, half sister, whatever I go call her, named Christy. We actually used to get along really well. I've had some falling outs this year, but it happens. And I have a half brother named Ryan that I used to like be super fucking close with. And yeah, not anymore at all. Maybe one day. Okay. What do you want to be when you grow up? Happy. Like every time I ever got that question as a kid, that was all I ever wanted because I was depressed as like a fucking 10-year-old. Like all I could ever answer that question was happy. And I'm relatively happy. I do obviously, I mean, as we know, I'm a tattoo apprentice and I want to be a good tattoo artist and I want to keep, I want to keep fucking piercing and I want to open my own porn store. And that's definitely something I want to do because like the family that I sort of was I sound like I was like sold off. The family I happened to marry into likes to open businesses. And that's how the tattoo shop existed. And right now I'm working at the tattoo shop and I'm going to be there for probably another, 20 years or so. But one day I would actually like to open a porn store sort of attached to the tattoo shop because I think sexual education in this country is a fucking joke and everyone's so scared of their own sexuality and that's just fucking sad. And if anybody knows like the beginning of this channel, it was all about like sex toy reviews and stuff anyway. And I just think like sex is a wonderful thing. Like people should not be ashamed of sexuality whatsoever. And I would love to open a sex shop that isn't like doesn't have like the booths and all that kind of shit, but like literally had like educational classes, like actual like adult fucking sex ed. Like that would be something that I like because it's something I'm fucking passionate about. Like I'm passionate about safe sex. I'm passionate about like safe sex as in like of course like condoms, that kind of stuff, and like safe BDSM and safe like just basically exploring who you are sexually without being embarrassed or uncomfortable about it because like I feel like this country and like growing up like when I did at least like our fucking sex ed class was a goddamn joke. Like we watched the video of the person having a baby, which like fuck you, nobody needs to see that. Like you don't that's cool like that. Oh, I don't want to see that shit. Like that's cool. I don't plan on having kids. Even at fucking that age, I don't plan to have fucking kids. And not even that, like basically, especially when I was in the 90s, the gay didn't even exist. Like we didn't talk about fucking gay people. Like I'm hoping now they do at least. But like I listen to like these kids talk about like contraceptives and shit, and like how they don't believe in condoms because apparently they're like 70% effective. And I'm like, well, no, and like just it like boggles my mind on how much we don't know about sex and how much like people are like ashamed. Because when I did work at the porn store, like people like would come in and they'd be so embarrassed and so ashamed and like or they would just be oblivious to shit. Like for example, anal sex. Apparently where I live, anal sex is like well, it's probably everywhere, but anal sex is like the big fucking thing, right? And how many people would like go in and buy fucking like like go in and buy a big ass fucking butt plug, no lube, nothing, and be like, good to go. And I'm like, you're going to rip yourself in a way you do not want to. You're gonna tear your VDA, bitch. What are you doing? So I would like to open a sex shop that actually like taught people how to, taught people things instead of just like sold them sex toys. So yeah, all right. So this did not mean to be a 20-minute video, but that shit happens. So I hope you know a little bit more about this bitch here. So yeah, and if you like this video, like, subscribe, you know, all that fun stuff. And if you have any actual questions for me, please leave them in the comments, because I'd like to actually do a question and answer video that was from you guys instead of just like something I happen to find on, you know, Tumblr.